If we don't have access to land, we are living inside of other people's imaginations.
Hello, we would like to know what your name is and what you do.
I'm Amahra Spence. I'm director of Hood Future Studio, and we are reclaiming land and space for our community. So we take on land, we turn it into community infrastructure that supports our life, our dignity, our culture, our memory, and most importantly, our futures.
You got that down to a T. How long have you been doing that for?
Well, I've been in this work basically all of my life. I started as a youth worker, as a community worker, set up organisations begrudgingly about 12 years ago, and Hood Future Studio has been a newer part of the journey. So we established officially last year, but it's been a really long kind of lineage that we're part of.
And why is the work that you do so important? Why are you doing it?
The short version, I think, look, if we don't have access to land, I really believe land is at the basis of so many of our struggles, but it's also tied to like our possibility and our sense of like futures. If we don't have access to land, we are living inside of other people's imaginations. We are living inside of other people's permission. And we know as Black people, as racialized people, we don't have access to the things that we need for our livelihoods if we're not connected and in relationship to land, but also then if we're not able to like build the things on it that we need. And so we've been like working with community for a really long time, just in the first instance to say, what is it that we want? Even to have the capacity to dream is such a rare thing. So to say not only are our dreams plausible, they are necessary. So we got to go out and use that energy to work out how do we build upon that. And that in itself is a whole process. But to me, how have I got here? Why? It's the only response to impossible conditions that we're in.
Sure.
Nobody is coming to save us. We're the ones we've been waiting for, so we have to go out and do it.
Yeah, we've got to save ourselves. And so you talk about dreams. What is your big dream?
My big dream is ultimately for land to belong to itself, for land to no longer be a commodity that is traded, that is part of a market, that land belongs to herself, and that we as community members become stewards. There is something ancestral about it, but there's also something very futuristic about having to have a completely different relationship to the earth and therefore each other. That's my big dream, but I believe that it is possible. And what I'm working to, people tell me I'm absurd, is that could be possible in our lifetime.
I believe it is, and you're not observant at all. You're actually doing it as we speak. What would you say to someone who wants to get involved in something like this, who wants to be part of this community, who wants to be part of a movement like this? How would you get involved?
I would say, in the first instance, I grew up in a community that was like, keep all your ideas to your chest. Don't tell anyone, like people would
That is true. That's a West Indian thing, for sure.
No teeth it. Share it as quickly and as publicly as you can, because that becomes a gravitational pull that allows other people to connect with you or you to connect with others. And I would say the main thing is to be in fierce coalition with other people who are oriented towards what you are. Not every and anybody is going to be on the same journey that you are, but if you find your people, it could be one other person, it could be three. If you start with a vision that is really strong, hold it as tight as you can, allow the process to reveal what it needs to. So we always say we hold a vision tight and the mission light. How we get there is the discovery, and that's where all the learning comes in.
Brilliant. So how can we find Hood Futures and how can we find you?
Follow us on Instagram at hoodfutures.studio, and we're on everything at hoodfutures.studio. But I would say more importantly, come and be on the ground with us, because I think being in haptic like communion, being able to be like this with you and feel like the vibration that you have, the vibration that other people have, that in itself is such a big momentum boost. So come and be on the ground with us. We've got a number of events that are coming up, a number of activations where we're inviting people to come in and shape what this building that we're developing is going to be. So follow us on Instagram and social media, and that'll be the way.
Great. What are you waiting for? Get involved.